Welcome, in front of me is a POCO F5 and today I'll show you a couple tweaks and tricks you can do on this device. Now, let's just get straight into it. So we're going to open up Settings. There we go. And in here, we're going to start off with the display section. So let's just find it right over here. And we have light and dark mode as the first thing. Now, typically you can just set this up and have it permanently, but since a couple like Android versions ago, we can now select it on a schedule mode. So we can have it so during the daytime, it's for instance in light mode, and during the nighttime, it switches to dark mode. So you don't get flashbanged during nighttime, and during daytime, you can actually see your display outside. So thumbs up for that one. So you can set it up right here. Now there is a sunset to sunrise, which is just kind of like an automatic one, but obviously you also have the custom one, which allows you to select a specific time it switches between. Now moving on to the next option is the refresh rate, which I believe by default it's set to default, which I'm not exactly sure what default refers to. Yes, we have adjust the refresh rate dynamically based on scenarios to balance performance with power consumption. So default actually will be the good option for a lot of the people. But if you want to just straight up prioritize battery life, then you might be interested in going to custom and selecting it to be 60, because we do have a drop down right here and two choices. So 60 will be the option that will save you more battery life. Default will be the one that just looks better. Under no circumstances should you pick the 120 under custom, just because it will run your display all the time at 120 and increase the battery drain. 60 obviously will be the slower, so it will give you more battery over the default one, which switches between the 60 and 120 depending on what it needs to show. So for the most part, like I said, for majority of you, default will be the good option, but handful of people that want to just have their phone battery last as long as possible, choose the 60. Now moving on to the next option, it's going to be the control center and status bar right here. And here we got the show notification icons. Now this is just for a straight up like clean look, so it might not be for everyone. It just hides the icons that you have right here next to the clock, even though you still have them. So it still keeps the notifications in here, it just won't show them at the top. Now I like my phone to look as minimalistic as possible, so that kind of achieves it, but I understand that everybody will probably strive for this kind of look. So moving on to the next option, it's going to be the what it's called -1 screen. That is located under the always on display, I think. Nope, never mind, I'm incorrect. So it was under home screen, my bad. Right over here, home screen, and you have the -1 screen. Now by default this is the Google feed, Google Discovery, but you can also change it to upvolt, which I actually have no idea what that is, so I'm gonna enable it. And it's this little guy. Or you can obviously turn it off, as you've seen the option there. So you can have none, which will completely remove this page altogether. So you can swap between here. Now I do personally like the Google Discovery, so I'm gonna keep it. Now moving on to the next option, it's going to be the system navigation. Now I believe this is an option to change it when you go into the setup, but here we're using buttons. So in any case, I'm just gonna show you where you can find this later on if you have gone through the setup and maybe you want to revert to the typical navigation system, or maybe you want to try out gestures, whatever the case may be. We're gonna find it in home screen, I believe it was. Yep, there we go, home screen and system navigation. And here we have the gestures and buttons. Now one thing to keep in mind, buttons, we have just a mirror button, so you can just kind of like flip the back with the recent. And under gestures, we get different options, like for instance, hide this little bar, which I obviously will take because I like to have my phone looking as minimalistic as possible. So it still retains the gesture navigation, it just doesn't show that little bar at the bottom, but still works the exact same way. Now, apart from that, as you can probably see, the icons get shifted just a little bit lower because we can remove that space for the little bar that was there. And when it comes down to other gestures, still you do get the pop-up on the side for the back gesture. On either side, you just don't have this bar. And that's about all the changes that it takes. And here, below that, we also have the full guide on like all the gestures that we have access to. So if you haven't used them before, you can look at them and just get quickly acquainted with how you use the device. Additionally, when you tap on them, you actually get a guide on how to use them. So there you go. So you can check out all of these if you want to just see and actually test them out yourself how they work. Now, you don't need to use all of them. The primary ones that most of you will probably have use of is the swipe up to go home, swipe up and hold to go to recent, and swipe from either side to go back. So those are the primarily ones that everyone will be using. Anyway, let's move over to the next option, which just need to open up settings again, which will be the always on display. It has its own category right here, and by default the always on display will be off. So you can toggle it on right here, and then you can actually go and customize it significantly to fit your exact needs. So as an example, I do like this kind of clock look, so I'm gonna apply it. And I believe it should work right away. Yep, there we go. So you can see it looks pretty clean. Now on the camera, this kind of looks like it's flickering. This is not a thing in person, just want to point that out. The flickering is just to do with the camera refresh rate, and this is probably running right now at 30 frames. So it's mismatching the refresh rate of my camera compared to the display. That's why you see the flickering. Like I said, this is not a thing when you're looking directly yourself at the phone. It's just due to the camera. So there we go. Obviously you can choose other ones. You can take like some signatures, analog clocks, kaleidoscopes, several different clock options. We can also select backgrounds, and I believe we also should have an option to create our own, although I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, you can just get here and test out all the options. And it's basically everything that I wanted to show you. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.